to this day, I tell these guys, I remind these guys, I don't want you guys to be like me, regret. That's why I'm still playing to this day, because we'll have trials in New Zealand like for rep and that, and I'll tell my mates, bro, they got rep trials, blah blah blah, and they're like, oh, look at this cool guy. Oh, this guy doesn't want to hoop with us. Oh, nah, you go. I went, oh, and then I'll end up staying. I'll end up going to this park or this park here, and then go play. And I always tell these guys, if your opportunity comes, run at it. Go, don't listen to anybody else. And that's the reason why I can't let it go.
And yo, welcome to the welcome to the Searchers Podcast. Yes, sir. We have. Fuck, that was not good at all.
so part, no, it was good. Part of it is like we're trying to like work out. Obviously, we've been doing it now for a little while. Like, what do we want to change? What do we want to improve? And normally we just start with a conversation and then forget the introduction and forget all that stuff. So Ten's working on his voice. He's trying to like you notice a little deeper. Trying to talk a little slower. I always
have a deep voice. Don't do that,
making sure that sound a little cooler. See if anybody.
Well, every time you shit on me on my intros, I had to go home and stare in the mirror and practice.
Practice. You got to practice.
You shit on me every intro, man.
Well, I'm waiting for you to do a good one. Go.
What type of music do I need to put on for you?
No. I want the intro. Go.
All right. Welcome to the Searchers Podcast, where we are on the search for love, for truth, and for self.
Yes, sir.
You already know.
Yes,
and like I said, you never know who we're going to have here. You never know what shorts Kirron are going to be wearing. Kirron's going to be wearing today. You never know what shoes he's going to be bringing. What's that today? What's that? Was that Asics?
Asics.
The Asics going.
Yeah.
You went for a jog today?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Nah, I didn't. I did not. When you get old, you just need comfortable shoes. And you can't wear these, Jordans and stuff. It hurts your knees.
I think you can.
Hips go out, knees go out.
No, you just have to be young.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you get old, that's what I said.
Yeah.
No.
Talking about old.
Well, we have Ben here. Ben, we got Ben and the boys.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having us on your podcast. Wow, this is really cool. This is cool. Like, I was shocked that my wife had said, "Oh, Atem and Kirron want you and the boys on the podcast."
I thought that was your Instagram. I realized until way later. I was like, "Hey Ben," really?
But no, she said that you guys they want you on and just talk about our life and so forth.
Yeah, pretty much. So
well, let's. I just want to start by asking, like, how you guys feeling today? Like, it's a Sunday. Yeah, you finished BSBL this afternoon. How are you feeling? I just want to start with a check-in.
Oh,
how you feeling?
Oh, feeling good. Just getting the next week or this week prepared, like we normally do. Yeah. Sundays is where we just sit and just chill after our BSBL and just get ready for Monday. School holidays. Kids are at home.
How many kids you got?
Me and Norma have 6 kids, 6 beautiful kids.
Mm-hmm. Well done. How old are you?
I am 42.
Damn. 6
young
kids,
as hell,
42. Young as hell.
Oh, man. Thank you. My body doesn't feel like it, but yeah.
But you still playing and like a lot.
Yeah.
It's not like you're playing once a month or once every 2 months. And
so you get to play with these guys?
Yeah, I play against these guys. When Atem was at Logan, that period of time, I trained with them, with the boys, even with some of the other boys. I try and keep up with them just to keep my body going.
What are some of your tricks?
To
keep up.
Just these guys just know that I'm just gonna run baseline to baseline.
That's not one of your tricks. You ask the boys; they'll know your tricks. How does he keep up with you? How does your dad keep up with the young, fast people? He's saying effort. He's saying he just runs harder than everybody else.
No, I think it's just a love for the game.
Doesn't hold you. Doesn't foul you. Doesn't just take your legs out.
No, I really.
He does that to us, not his kids.
I really,
that's what the other team is.
Because I've seen you play.
Yeah. I've got a hit and I felt it.
No, I think it's just for the love for the game and just just love watching his kids play. The younger generation, us playing. So I think
What's it like playing with your dad?
I mean, it's been a minute, but no, it's dope. There was one season, one QSL season where me, JJ, and my dad, we played together. So that was dope for the first time. I think that might have been like the last time as well, but that was dope.
Was that before you grew the beard or after?
No, yeah, before I was.
I gotta be before. It's two different guys. I know two different guys.
This guy leveled up. He's like NBL1. Like, let me remember. When I play with you guys again, like how old was I? Was I like 15? I can't remember. I was like, man, Kirron, you gotta throw me. I can't remember.
No, yeah, that was a while ago, but no, yeah,
It was good.
yeah, it was good.
What you think? How does it feel with you?
Dad's tricks is like, I reckon Dad's tricks is like his ego.
Yeah.
He sees us, like he's got that big ego. He's like, I can still keep up with my kids, to be honest. And he's like, every time he sees like us running the floor or like us playing in a serious game, he can just reflect on that and be like, I can do that 10 times better than what my kids can do. Yeah. But it's like when people say like your ego sometimes is a bad thing, but there's also like a good thing as well. Like just what Tyrone was saying, like the love of the game is like he still has it, and he just feels like he can still keep up with us.
Does that make it easier for you guys just to, like in basketball, there's always struggles, obstacles, all those things, and like knowing that you've got, your dad sort of leading the way, you've seen him overcome things as well as, still love it. Does that help with your motivation sometimes?
Yeah, actually, it does, because like just watching Dad come back his first year back playing QBL, and like Mitch Young coming straight from NBL playing for like Australia and stuff, and watching Dad keep up with him was just like, oh crap, he can still play. Like, oh, not that he can still play, it was just like that was Mitch Young's prime, and Dad was fighting against that, and that just makes you feel like, oh damn, like if you just put more effort into your game, like it'll be like easier.
You can get done as well.
Yeah.
Like you see someone actually breaking through those barriers as well. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
You grew up going against him? Did y'all like play one-on-ones and all that stuff?
Yeah, when Dad first played preseason, I would always watch Dad and Youngie go at it. Like Mitch Young was just thought it was like, oh, some what?
No, I'm talking about you playing.
Yeah,
you guys
did you ever
playing
play against your dad?
Oh, against my dad.
Yeah.
I'll kill him.
No. I thought we came in peace today, yo.
When did you start to kill him? Because I'm just imagining it wasn't always like that.
I don't believe it.
It started in under 18s, to be honest. Like, as soon as like my confidence got there, I just felt like, I reckon I could take my dad on.
Yeah.
Like I versed some pretty strong guys in my age group, and then I was like, I reckon I could take him on. But
was that the goal for like when you guys, since you were little, like, oh, I gotta beat Dad?
Yeah,
or was it beating each other?
Oh, it was actually beating like Dad, or like beating each other, to be honest. Because like in our family, like when everyone asks us like, oh, who's the best Fui or Lealofi in the family, we'll all just go like back then it was like we'll try and brush it off and be like, oh, it would be him. But like thinking of it now, like we all got our own egos and be like, oh no, it's definitely me. I could definitely kill him. But you agree? You agree with that? Because he's just letting you guys talk. He's just letting you guys talk. He's just letting you, I don't know. I want to hear how do you feel about it?
That's what I try to build them. Growing up playing ball, my goal was for them to beat me. But on that way there, I'm going to make it hard for them.
Yeah.
Bro, you're going to run towards the sweep. You're going to kiss my elbows.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't give a damn. You're hitting that ground.
Yeah.
But I'm not helping you up. You're getting back up by yourself.
Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, I remember that a lot because even if it was like a club game and we'd play like crap, Dad would be like, get your ass on the hill. We're running that. Or say if there was a game that we played cocky, you'd be like, we're going straight down to the park and you're kissing my elbows. If you're like in the post.
Kissing my elbows. I love that. I never heard that. I swear to God, I never heard that. Kissing my elbows.
You're like, Atem's like, I'm writing this down. Like,
I'm taking that one.
But I got my 6 kids.
It was worse when it's because like, I had it more closer to Dad because.
Are you the oldest?
Pardon?
You the oldest?
No, my sister is. She's 23.
Yeah.
Oh, 24? Yeah, 23. yeah, I had it harder because I was the same position as Dad growing up at the time. So if I had like a weak game, Dad would be like, "You got to harden the fuck up," like being serious, like. And then knowing that like growing up, it actually helped like just thinking about it because like at Logan we didn't have that much tall bigs or like strong bigs. So me and my cousin Osse at the time had to harden the fuck up. So
You Osse's age?
Yeah, me and Osse the same age.
Okay.
Yeah. But
You know, people aren't allowed to do that anymore.
What?
Be tough on your kids.
yeah.
They don't allow that these days.
And that's what frustrates me
Yeah,
when I'm sitting there watching these kids play.
yeah.
And then you
So
get
soft.
and then you get some of these coaches that ask for your opinion, and then when you say something, then they go, "Oh, I don't know." I go, "So what'd you ask me for?
Yeah.
Why'd you come to me for?"
Yeah.
And that's what gets me frustrated, and that's why I feel sorry for some of our rep coaches. They sit on the fence, and because the parents at the beginning of the season, trials, they come up, and then when their child makes the team, and then the parent goes to the coach, you can do anything to my child. You can scream at them, yell at them.
Yeah.
And then that's why our kids are different to us, because our coaches do that, and then the parents pulls them to the side and they go, "Who told you to yell at them?"
Yeah.
And that's why it's hard for our coaches to coach their teams properly, because they're sitting on the fence, because they're too scared or too worried, or this is my opinion, they're too worried of getting reaction from a parent.
Yeah.
And that's why sometimes our coaches, we lose our good coaches, or they can't coach properly. And that's why, for me, an example, that's why I don't coach rep. I'll coach my own kids outside.
Yeah.
And then everybody, and so
coach
everybody's
rep the
like going, "Wow, man, how did you get your kids to?" I don't say much. I say, "Oh, I just do my kids at home. I just train my kids at home."
Yeah.
Do you yell when you're watching? Do you call out?
When these guys were younger, man, it was bad. Like, it was bad. Like,
Do you guys remember that? I want to hear your opinion.
Well, yeah, it was bad. Like, I think it was Hazel. Hazel is the one that, if I'm playing one-on-one with her, Hazel's the one that I don't mess with. I don't go near her. She breaks me down. Like, she knows where to put her hips, where to put her arm, and she is like solid. She won't budge. If I even try to back her down, doesn't move.
Yeah.
So
Is that from you being hard on her growing
Yeah.
up?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was Hazel and JJ who I was the hardest on. Tyrone, it was just natural. That's the reason why the kids are playing ball, because it was Tyrone. Tyrone was the reason why I signed the kids up.
Wait, what do you mean by that? What do you mean? He's the youngest.
So Hazel, Tyrone would go to sleep watching Michael Jordan DVDs. I would put Jordan DVDs on. And that's how he grew up. This guy didn't grow up with toys. JJ, Hazel did. They grew up with toys, watching their stuff, playing with their stuff. This guy was the guy that was walking up and down our house with a basketball.
Oh, yeah.
He was outside. It's like he would go into him and JJ's room, watch their TV. He'll put in the DVD of Michael Jordan. He'll sit there, watch it, go outside our backyard. This guy was the first and last one to come inside our house. He would just be, and then I had family members that used to live in LA, and then they moved to Australia. They had signed their kids up at Canubia. And at the time, I was playing at Brisbane, at Caps.
You were playing at the Caps?
But I was playing social league, but
Okay.
Wednesday night.
Yeah.
What's Wednesday night at?
They call it GBL.
Veterans?
GBL.
Veterans?
GBL.
Veterans.
That
Wednesday,
as well,
was
yeah.
Oh, veterans.
But
I thought veterans. You gotta watch out, Kirron.
He's like this.
Slide some of
He's
that
like,
in
what
there.
league is that? I'm like, veterans? Is that what you... Yeah, I was playing social league. Veterans, man. Like, call it what you want, but I'm pretty sure it's called veterans.
So that before that Wednesday night became big,
Yeah.
it was just social, and I was playing it. But I lived in Logan, but I would drive all the way to the city to go shoot hoops.
Yeah.
And then so my cousin had rang my wife and said, "Oh, I've signed the kids up at Canubia." And then I get home, and then my wife goes, "Oh, I'm going to sign the kids up at Canubia." And I was going, "Where's Canubia?" They're like, "Logan." I went,
Right there.
"Oh, hell no."
Yeah.
I did not want my kids. I did not want to go there. I didn't want the
Why
kids
not?
there.
Why not?
Oh, just that, when I used to play their socials during the week, you used to get like the eyes from the families, the kids that, that were established there.
Yeah. You didn't feel welcome.
Yeah,
You
I didn't feel welcome. That's
yeah.
it. I didn't feel welcome. I didn't want to be there. So, but my wife didn't care. She signed the kids up at Logan, and then one
How
Saturday
long ago
morning.
was that? How long was that?
Wow.
09?
Yeah. 09, 08.
So 14 years.
Yeah. And so we signed Tyrone up, and then we said to Hazel, baby, what do you want to do on a Saturday morning? You want to come and watch your brother play? And she goes, oh, yeah, I'll just play for fun. So we signed Hazel up. This guy here, I signed him like 2 months later. This guy would not get up on a Saturday morning.
Yeah.
This guy, I tried taking him to footy. I wanted one of my kids to play footy because growing up in New Zealand, us growing up in New Zealand, the All Blacks.
Yeah.
The All Blacks is what you know. And then for some reason...
He was watching the other All Blacks.
Yeah. For some reason...
This guy.
Never mind. Don't worry about that one.
Just let that go to the keeper. Damn. You're the only one who could have said that. If I like it.
But, yeah, and then I just did not like being at Canubia. But this guy just...
So tell us, Tyrone, tell us about your journey then. 2009. Why did you love basketball? What did you love about it?
I don't know. I think it was just.
How old were you first, right? 2009.
I would have been 5.
5. You just love basketball
Yeah,
from
I
your
think
5.
I think I was just one of those kids just like, out the womb, just love the ball. And it's just all I want to do. Like, still the same thing. It's all I want to do.
Yeah.
But straight away, do you not remember a moment where it's like, well, was it the first Jordan clip or
No,
it was no moment?
Honestly, don't know, but I think it was just from my mom and
watching
dad
dad.
playing basketball. So I think
Pretty much, they just had videos there of like all the kids, and the only one that like
Only
bought
one
into it was you. Everyone else like, come on, like nah.
I honestly don't know what it was.
Just
I think
love
it was just being around like dad a lot. Just
But you're the first. Like that's what's interesting is that you're the
last
you're the
last
third,
born.
you're
the
third oldest.
Yeah.
Third oldest, and then like it wasn't your older brother who was playing or your older sister. It was like, as you said, your dad.
I don't understand that.
You just loved it.
Yeah.
Were you always
It's a shame because you guys are athletic. You could have played for the All Blacks.
could have? You never messed with rugby at all? No, nothing.
No, I think
Don't want to be.
I definitely wanted to play, but I was like, I think my body there was like no way.
Yeah.
there was no way I was gonna get hit or anything. So
No way.
there was no way I was gonna get hit or anything. But
First time I tried rugby, that's exactly what happened. I went to one training, and this is grade 8, Forest Lake. You know, Forest Lake
Yeah.
is all island is 90%,
Would have been big boys.
and this is grade 8.
yeah.
I saw one kid that looked like him right now. Grade 8 right now. And I think my buddy said the same thing. Nah.
You guys look like you're good at this
Yeah,
game.
you know-
playing, in private school, playing toss was cool, but like
playing basketball.
nah, not tackle.
Don't do that.
Yeah. It was-
What's it like growing up in New Zealand?
Man, me, I loved it.
Yeah.
But it was different. So I moved over when I was 18. So me and Norma had Hazel and JJ.
Okay.
When I was 17, 18, I moved over in 2000. But I had to harden up straight up. You want to finish school early and not graduate, and you want to be a big boy and come into the real world, and then you want to, have kids. Nah, I couldn't muck around. I couldn't play around. My wife was just, this is on you. This is on you. So I had to.
You told your kids that story, didn't you?
Yeah.
Because there's no way these guys are leaving home.
Nah.
Oh
man.
You're just like, I moved out. I was 17. Got kids. I got all this sorted, and they're like, yeah, that's not us.
Oh, technically, I didn't move up. My mum kicked me out.
The same thing.
Same thing.
It's a choice. It's like a choice.
Yeah. So, man, I was out hooping with my boys.
Yeah.
And then I get home, and then there's an envelope with my passport sitting next to it. I was like, bro, what's this? And then I opened it up, and it was like, I was leaving the next day. This was on a Wednesday night, on a Thursday.
Damn.
May the May the 12th, 2000. On a Thursday, my flight was at lunchtime. I've never forgotten it.
And she just you were just done.
Yeah, I was done.
And you just went, all right. Was it a conversation?
I tried to have a conversation with my mum. No. No, she goes, come on, let's go quickly do some of your shopping before you leave. I was like,
And you just came straight to Australia?
came to straight to Australia.
That is crazy.
I opened up the envelope, saw the ticket, and it said Brisbane. And I was like, bro, there's no Brisbane in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Where are you sending me? Another country.
And then I looked at Australia and I went, oh, what? So that was my fast track out of New Zealand, and probably the best thing. And I thank my mum all the time. I said, you know what? Thank you so much for
Was she
sending
doing
me.
it because, was she doing it as a positive thing? Or
Yeah.
she was like, hey, look, you need to leave here. You need to get on your own 2 feet.
I was ghetto. I was ghetto back in New Zealand growing up.
Did you tell your kids this story?
My kids, even like some of my wife even tells me to snap out of it. Sometimes I act like I'm still
Like that?
from back home from the ghetto.
So your mum knew that the best thing for you was to get away.
Yeah.
And
I
you
was just getting into too much trouble. Basketball was the thing that saved me though.
Yeah.
I would always like go get into mischief with my mates and then go hoop and then go home.
Yeah.
And then by this, man, I'll skim it from the law. And then like, yeah, let's go do it again. And then do the same thing. And then my mum just had enough and just went, nah, bro, you're out. You'll get a job, get fired or quit. And then, eventually made my way here. And then my first year I was homesick and I got into more drama here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet.
And then I went back home that year that I came for Christmas. And then I ended up being back home for a month and my mum was like, nah, bro, don't think you're staying, go back. So I went back to Brisbane and then me and Oma had, we had to raise 2 kids and then Tyrone came and then Kobe, then Helena, then Malone. Didn't stop to say, yeah. So just my mum's decision to move me here, and I didn't even know, was the best thing that she's ever done.
So JJ, so you hear that story, and I mean, like, how does that affect? Because you guys seem like really nice, chilled. You know, don't seem very ghetto at all. So you know, you hear that story, and you know that, you know, I guess there is a history there, and you know, your grandmother, you know, was quite firm, but you know, wise as well. Like, how does that affect you guys? Because you're, you know, how does that story or that history like affect you guys?
Close.
It sort of doesn't affect much, but like, yeah, just when we were growing up, like through high school, just like becoming young adults, like we're growing up, puberty's hitting. It was just like when we had the talk with mum and dad, it was just like they want the best for us, so they didn't want us to be like what they did at a young age, have kids. But
the ghetto side of things, I mean, like, that's kind of enticing as well. Like, it sounds cool, right? Like when you're not living it, it actually sounds cool. It's like, oh yeah, like,
Yeah.
and
you can find it.
and
You
it's
can find it
everywhere.
anywhere.
You live in
You don't have to be New
You know
Zealand.
what I mean?
It's everywhere.
Like, but these guys live in Logan. Like, there's you know.
No,
That's what you can find it.
the reason why it's like, it's because this guy, bro. Like if you get something like if you stuff up, like, bro, this guy's on your ass. Like he was scary as fuck to us. Like,
Yeah.
if we get in trouble, like we just know what's gonna happen. So yeah, we just
He'd already lived that life, so it wasn't worth.
yeah.
It wasn't
I mean,
worth.
like-
You know how lucky that is, man.
Yeah.
Like, you remember some of your friends who didn't have a father, or didn't have that person who didn't have the mother to tell them, hey,
that's lucky.
You got to get out of here.
And also the respect. That's amazing that he's a ticket, and you went, all right then. Like, you just like,
You could afford it, right?
you could have just not.
Like at one of the probably for a teenager at a certain age where they really need a male figure in their lives growing up is like 16, 17. I lost my dad at 17. He passed away at 17.
Sorry to hear that.
And in 97. And that was the time where, you know, us youth growing up at that age, that's where you really need a strong male figure in your life.
Yeah.
Bro, the guys around my street, the older guys that used to, like, you know, steal cars, you know, get into fights, those are the guys that but they also played ball too. I was that little shit that used to follow them around.
Yeah.
They're like, bro, piss off, go home, man. Nah, I'm coming with you. I'm coming with you. What are you guys up to? Let's go. That was me. I was that kid. And I would always follow them, and then they would get pissed off at me. And then they were like, try to, you know, give me a hiding. And then I'll go, nah, try it. And I'll go get my uncles.
Yeah.
I'll go get my older cousins. So I was that kid in our area that was the kid that always followed the, you know, the guys that you're not
People
supposed
in
to kick it
trouble.
with.
Yeah.
So you saw a lot of shit.
Oh man, I saw heaps of shit. I seen like someone like get their head stomped in.
Yeah.
Just over saying, shut up, dick.
Yeah.
Bro, and I was like, what the hell? Bro. I've seen
Join it now.
Man, like,
And then afterwards, what did I just do?
What am I just
what
doing?
the hell? It's like, and it was over, like, it was at a house party.
Yeah.
And like, man, I've seen like stabbings.
Yep.
But man, as for me, like I was always that guy that was if someone got into a fight, a one-on-one fight, I was that guy that come in around the corner, bink, and then run. And they're like, yeah.
Did you say that was you?
Yeah, I was that guy. But then there was moments where I had to go one-on-one. Bro, sometimes I was like thinking to myself, what the hell?
What did I get into?
Oh, man. Nah, that's it. Let's go. And I would just like close my eyes and just swing.
Yeah.
And then we're like, whoa, and then run.
Lucky you're like 6'8".
Yeah. So it was not until I knew how to, when I noticed I was getting taller, and I was like, man, I'm bigger than everyone else. Like stuff that's when I realized when I was 17, 18, 19, that's when I went, nah, I'm not moving. You want some, come get some.
Yeah.
And just being around the older guys, just the way that I just watched them, just the way that they would move. Like, how do you call them? What do you call them? Like Kirron, OGs.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're his era.
Yeah.
And that's the era that I was always fantasized in. Like, wow, that's ghetto. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Just call me old.
Nah, see,
OG, man.
OG sounds
But
better.
then he backed it up with, you know, Kirron's era. Like, you know, like they're the people I grew up with. Like, that was great. That was good.
But
Just
see-
slip that in there and just kept talking like it was nothing. Everyone's going to let that go.
I wasn't gonna budge in and do that.
That was good. That was good.
The 90s was the era that, you know,
Oh, the 90s.
that
man.
I loved.
Absolutely.
Be quiet. Shut
These
up.
guys-
I don't know anything about that.
These guys, the way,
2000s
yeah.
babies. Born like what?
These guys don't know the 90s.
They don't know nothing.
The 90s.
2010 kids.
The late 80s, the 90s.
The late 80s and
they're all-
90s.
Their style is what we used to,
Yeah.
how we used to.
And it was really different.
Yeah,
Because
it was.
there's no phones, there's nothing.
That's it.
Like, it was just the people and the
But
people
the
you ran
phones-
into were
yeah.
the people you ran into.
The mobile phones came from our era.
Yeah.
And they, you know,
95, 93.
I remember stealing a bunch of Nokias, man. God.
The
It's a
blocks,
good
the
era.
bricks.
Man, that was a good era with the
you
little snake.
stole Nokias?
Huh?
You weren't even
Borrowed.
born.
borrowed them.
You weren't even
Borrowed them.
born. Like, you were born, what, 90,
I'm 96, man.
96?
I had a couple
man.
of years in there, my run.
Nah, man.
I had half the decade there. You know?
This guy.
2000s. That's
2000s, man.
That's when we did our thing.
That was smartphones.
But
But man,
I know
like-
that shit. I know what it's like to look up to guys who I'm similar. Where I'm the youngest around older
Yeah.
people, and you just think it's so cool. You don't know anything better.
That's it. Like I try and give these guys, you know, advice, but it's up to them on how they take it. But just as long as I add my 5 cents to it, my wife adds her 5 cents to it. Just as long as these guys, you know, get bits and pieces of it, it's up to them. But me and my wife are here, still here to support them. But I'm just grateful. I'm grateful to have these guys around in my life. And these guys challenge me every time. I just gotta be smart and and figure out on how I can maneuver around these guys. But these guys will always
You're teaching people, man.
Yeah.
Without knowing or knowing, but you're just people seeing you around your kids all the time, and you're actually active and
Can I ask another question, Tyrone? Who's scarier, mum or dad? Because I know the answer, because Ben's already said who the answer
oh
is.
yes,
That's a good one.
I want to know from your opinion.
I think. I think we could all agree, like us, like us siblings, we could agree that like might go 50-50. Like, you know, people around say.
don't add them into your question.
That was good.
He's scared to answer.
Look, I think me and all my siblings would like to say we're all 50-50.
Yeah, all of us. It's yours.
Because your dad already said, he was like, yeah, because sometimes my wife just pulls me into line.
This is amazing.
But
I
yeah,
love
so
this.
like people would think that that's scarier, obviously because he's like bigger, louder.
Yeah.
But no, our mom is like, I mean, she's not big, she's not
In a
loud,
different
but
way? Like in a...
She's just,
assessment.
yeah, she's
yeah. We look up.
she's just like, she gets the last say, I guess. So
Yeah.
Is she like really stern? Like, does she have her rules and you know what they are, and she's like organizes the house?
yeah,
and,
for sure, yeah.
You know, what happens if you step out of line with your mum?
I mean,
She gets dad, or
nah,
does she get dad, or does she just take
they're,
it
they're
over
both
herself?
really reasonable. It was more like when we were younger age, you know. Now that us older three have graduated, they've given us the leverage that we're adults now.
Yeah.
So
Yes, I mean, that's really cool as parents. Like, I think that you were saying before that, Ben was saying before that when you're younger, you know, made sure that the rules were really clear, everything was clear, and, you know, that was, you're quite strict. And, you know, you guys both said that, like, whenever, you know, you didn't mess with your dad because, like, whatever. I'm assuming your mum was the same, whereas that she had really clear rules. And then as you get older, though, it becomes a totally different relationship. And, you know, you get more freedom, but at the same time, you still respect what you've been taught, and you become, you know, I guess, better friends than you are in that you know, parent-child relationship.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's just it. Just respecting the rules, and then because when you're younger, you wonder like, why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? And then you get older, you realize that they're just there to help you and guide you.
Do you guys take on much of a parenting role with your younger siblings?
Yeah, for sure.
So what's the age gap between you and Kobe, and then the younger two?
So us, me, JJ, and Hazel, we're like 2 years apart each.
Yeah.
And then from me to Kobe, it's 5.
Yeah.
From Kobe to Helena, it's 5, and then to Helena to Malone, it's 5.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys, what's that like? What's that like helping them help your parents bringing them up?
No, it's definitely a challenge.
Do you have your parents?
Again, I think we could agree that, that yeah, it's really like it's probably what they went through parenting us, and us trying to help our younger sibling.
I can't see anything phasing you. He's so cool all the
Man,
time.
nothing.
Yeah, I can't imagine anything.
it's like he's got
how
like-
he came chilling on the
it's
couch.
like-
Just like he's just
It's
so
like he's got
cool.
a delay between like
Yeah, like
just-
nothing's gonna phase you.
Yeah, I'm good.
Nothing. So I can't imagine what phases you.
No, I just answering the questions.
What phases you? Is there anything that phases you?
Do your younger, okay, this is probably the best question because as parents, you know, do your younger siblings ever just know how to push your buttons and they just don't stop and you're just sitting there going, okay, that's it? Have they worked that out yet? Do they know your buttons?
For me, it'll have to take some time, but I mean, I think it's from when he used to like yell at us a lot. My sister, she was the first one to learn how to block him out.
Yeah.
And then
Older sister?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then we all did, and then I think it's kind of
Once you learn how to block it out, then you got to change tact, right?
yeah. For me, I got a lot of patience, so I just like try to block anything out, and especially
Who's got the least patience in your family?
that
JJ?
they could
JJ,
argue.
tell us the story.
They could argue.
I would. So do your younger siblings know how to push your buttons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do.
Tell it how do they push? Because that's really normal, right? Like as parents, particularly you're under stress, you're working, you're doing all this stuff, you come home and then your son or daughter will just do something and they know exactly what they're doing and they're literally just pushing your buttons because they want a reaction and you can't help yourself and you react and you're like, I know what you're doing. I just don't know what else to do, so I'm just going to react, and then it blows up, and then, does that happen?
Yeah, it does. Like, the worst is when they stare at you and do something wrong. And they know what they're doing, so they stare at you and they're like, oh, I didn't see that there. And I'm like, you did see it there.
Yeah.
And it just annoys the crap out of me. It's like, it's crazy because, like, we grew up, like, always helping each other out, like, cleaning up, all that other stuff. Yeah. And it's just like, because they're the younger three, mom and dad, like, they're like cool off to us. And like, they've also done it to the younger three as well. So we sort of have to like, we sort of like, oh, damn, at your age, we're doing this, we're doing that. And these guys just kick back your feet and you just don't care. It's like, yeah, that's what pushes my buttons is like, we grew up different to the way they did because they're younger.
Again, parents get tired.
Yeah.
All I know is that parents get tired. Like you sit there and you put all the effort, you have energy when you have the first one. You know what I mean? You're young, you have energy, you're doing that. You have the second one, now it's twice as hard. Yeah. Literally twice as hard. Now you're getting tired. Like there's two, now there's three. Now literally they're like, kids just think there's one of them. Kids always think there's just me. They don't realize that as parents now got this 3 times as hard.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Now if I've had a 5-year gap, I'm just sitting back going, thank goodness. Hey, you guys are up. Hopefully what I taught you is going to transfer because you get tired by number 4. And number 4 is always going to be the one that goes, hey, I can do whatever I want. And then 5 and 6, we're 5 years apart. Man, like that's got to be, I'm just checking out and enjoying the show.
For sure. Like, just not even just me and my wife, just like my in-laws, my family. I'm just thankful for them for helping us raise these kids.
Do they do a good job? How good's the job?
Oh, that's an awesome job. Being a parent is an awesome job. I love it. I wouldn't change it for a bit.
No, but like how good a job are your kids doing helping your other kids get brought up?
Man, these guys are doing an awesome job. Like, when people say, how many kids you have? I have 6 kids and they go, whoa. And I went, no. When you see my kids, you only see 3 little ones. You won't see the 3 eldest ones.
Yeah.
You'll only see the 3. And then they're like, oh, no, we only see the 3 youngest ones. They think that Kobe's the eldest. They think that we actually have 3 kids. No, I have 6 kids. Yeah. And so me and my wife try to bring them up to be independent. Yeah. We try to raise them to be, to rely on themselves or rely on each other. But also, me and my wife are here to help them as well.
Did your oldest in college right now or went to college?
She's back. She's been back a year.
I saw the picture. You went to Washington State?
Yeah. No.
Was that someone else?
That's my niece.
Oh, okay.
That's my niece.
Okay. How was that when she went over?
Oh, she loved it. Because I have family over there. Yeah. So it was easy for me and Norma to make that decision. You go. Yeah. From my Nyland family, girls, it's hard. Yeah. But because it was easy for me and my wife, because of my family's over there, it was easy for Hazel to go. But see her, she's the one. She was the one that went, oh, I'll just play for fun. She's represented her state. She's won nationals, state champs. She's gone to college. And she was the one out of the 6 kids that said, oh, no, I'll just play for fun. Yeah. It was all Tyrone.
Did she train harder than them?
Oh, man, she had to. She was the one that just got our boards. She crashed. She was the one, if you come into the lane, you were hitting the ground.
Yeah, you're getting hit, yeah.
And then I tried to implement that in JJ. I did not see it. I always thought that, back then when you would pick your team back then, you would start off the center and then work your way up. Mm-hmm. And that was my vision for JJ, was you're playing inside, you're playing big. Mm-hmm. If they come in, you're going to swing those elbows, let them kiss them. Mm-hmm. Let them kiss them. Mm-hmm. But then one of my closest friends, he said, nah, bro, that's not JJ's game. We're trying to expand him and let him handle the ball, dribble the ball, shoot outside. If we need him to go play inside, let him play inside. Yeah. But I always tell him, like, there were certain games where I tell JJ, bro, I need you to play bully ball. Play bully ball. Yeah. And then, man, some reason, I don't know, the word bully ball, it clicks with JJ and he just don't stand in his way.
Yeah.
Tyrone, I don't say anything, I just look at him. And then Tyrone's like, yeah, sweet. But back then, growing up, man, I would be that guy that was over the rails. Like the coach is trying to talk to his team after the game. I would, no, you shut your mouth, get up. And I'll yell at the whole team. And then I'll grab my kids and then from...
How long ago was that?
Last year.
Because he's making it sound like it was 10 years ago. Yeah, back in the day, when was this?
It's calm heaps down with Kobe.
Yeah.
It's calmed down a lot. I just give him 1 or 2 F-bombs and then I'm quiet all the way home.
Yeah.
Kobe's the one that, him and JJ clash. So it's funny watching Kobe trying to take on his older brother. And I always say to Kobe, I go, son, don't. It's like, just stares at JJ or Tyrone, just gives them the evils. Just stares at them. I go, son, don't worry, just come.
Let's go.
Don't worry, son. Let's go. And it frustrates these guys.
Yeah.
That, the younger 3, it's my fault too.
Yeah.
Because I'm just getting tired and I'm getting old.
Yeah.
And I can't be bothered screaming and yelling, so...
I've heard you say that before. I'm tired a little bit. I don't want to blow up your spot.
You just get tired. Like, you get tired of, like, because you got to keep those standards, and kids have boundless energy.
Yeah.
They don't realize that kids have all this energy, and you've had your energy, and now I've got to keep these standards up. And then, like, as you said, so there's 2 years between everyone, so that's 6 years, 8 years you've been doing it, 10 years, 12 years, and then this little fresh bundle of energy comes on, and you're like...
Again.
It's
just
tough.
trying to give these guys a head start, so when they decide, when it comes to that time when they decide to have their little family, these guys have really got a head start on it. They know how to, bring up a family, live life, and that's all me and my wife are trying to do. Yeah. So when that day comes, when all 6 of my kids have their little families, their grandkids, I could just sit back and go, man, there it is, there.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, that's me and my wife's main goal, is to watch these guys just blossom and just succeed in life. And that's all I want them to do. And just in return, just keep on buying me shoes. That's it.
That's fair. That's fair. And grandkids. JJ.
Grandkids.
How old are you now, JJ? 21. 21. So
21.
when
you're ready?
When are you having kids? When do you? Oh, you're 21. Dad was 17. That's like kind of 4 years late.
You're
so I just
late,
figured,
bro.
like, you
late.
gotta be thinking about that. You gotta be thinking about the math.
We could introduce you to some people.
You gotta work it out. Like, if there's any lovely ladies out there that,
let's.
That was the one thing. That was the one thing I didn't want these guys to have, was at my age have kids. I wanted them to live life first.
Yeah.
How old? Because I think that's like you lived that the other way. So how old do you think? Like, what would be ideal?
Me 25 towards 25 to 30.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, man, just live life, because I try to juggle it and live life and go kick it with the boys, go out clubbing, go drink. But I had to come home to these guys.
Yeah. Wake up at 5 a.m.
I had to,
Nurse babies.
And then every time I'd go out, I'd be like, yeah, cool. Let's go, boys, let's go. And then come home and then walk through the door and like, oh, damn, that's right.
That's right. I have kids.
Someone crawls into bed with you, like, you're like,
What the hell?
You don't get any breaks as a dad.
Yeah, so
Don't get a day off.
Yeah, so that's what me and my wife are trying to install in these guys is live life first, enjoy life, enjoy being single.
Yeah.
Just in if it's basketball, tennis, netball, rugby league, if that's what they want to
AFL.
do.
If anyone wants to play AFL.
This guy's still trying to get people to AFL.
Hey, we've got 2 athletes over here.
Get your guy, bro. Yeah, get your guy.
Average salary, 400,000.
I still don't understand the sport.
Right? Didn't Brisbane just win? Brisbane just won, right? Okay.
Did they win the final?
No,
Yeah,
they won the semi.
Oh, the semi.
Same thing.
What I try and tell people is AFL is like the average salary is $400,000. You know what I mean? Like the average salary. Like
Play
starting salary is
soccer.
200K.
Soccer.
Man, soccer's hard to get into. It's a world sport. AFL's only Australia.
true.
And who are you competing against? A whole bunch of white guys. Now, come on, let's not kid ourselves. All you need to be is a little bit athletic and a little
Those
bit
are the
skillful.
athletic white guys.
Who
though.
are the most dominant people in AFL? The Indigenous people. Why? Because they're athletic, they're creative.
Yeah.
So they dominate the game. Like, how do we get a whole bunch of other people who just want to make a little money to get into the AFL? Just trying to push, just trying to, put it out there.
Don't ruin their league, man. Don't bring it all these. It's good right now. It's
The
good, man.
NRL's already, they've already cottoned on and went, hang on a second, these dudes can play.
These guys are good.
Back in the 90s, there weren't a lot of Polynesians playing. You know what I mean? Now it's like everyone's like, if you don't have 12 Polynesian dudes in your team, you're going to come in top 4.
You suck.
I'm just saying, it speaks for
It's
itself.
like the NBA.
It's like the NBA.
It's like the NBA.
Exactly.
NBA switched up.
AFL, that's all I'm saying, boys.
But
Trying to help you out.
even that. Speaking on that, Pacific Islanders with the league. Like when I first moved over, me and my close, there was only 5 of my closest friends that were Pacific Islanders that were hooping.
Yep.
So every basketball gym that we used to rock up to, they're like, oh, bro, this is not rugby. I'm like, bro, we're not rugby players.
Yeah.
We're hoopers.
Like,
They're like, sit there like, what? What? We're like, no, we don't play rugby.
Yep.
We used to,
yeah.
but now we're ballers. So back then, there was only 5 of us. That,
Yep.
that
Now everyone's hooping. Now,
yeah. So now you got all these, your culture Sudanese,
Yeah.
if I'm correct.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yep.
And then you got the Pacific Islander kids coming through.
Yep.
And it's net, man. It's like for me, but growing up hooping, and you just look down the bench and it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of your friends.
Oh, it's crazy.
Like, whoa! And then now you look across the whole.
Oh, it's crazy.
Like, wow,
Yeah,
man,
it's
this
crazy.
is cool.
I've experienced that and looked down the bench and seen all, guys like me.
Yeah.
And I
Tall.
looked in the crowd. Yeah, tall guys.
Tall,
Yeah.
athletic.
And I looked in the crowd like, damn, are these guys cool with this? Like,
Yeah.
damn, like, yeah.
You know.
And they were. They were. Edit, cook them up.
You need to cut that off because they weren't cool with it. And they're still not cool with it.
They're still not cool with it, but
Hang on
we're
a second,
coming.
you're killing us? Nah, that's not going to work
But
for
we're
another
coming.
10 years.
We're coming regardless, man. We on that way.
Which is good. You're at the Olympics. That's a good start.
We had the
you know?
Olympics. Oh, y'all played with one of our Olympians.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What was that like playing with my joke?
Who?
What was it like playing with him? I never really like fully. I never
Majuk?
played with him. Yeah.
Dang.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. What was it like playing with him?
It's like the Australian KD. Like, like
Australian
to us,
KD.
yeah,
Hey.
yeah. Like, just the way he plays is like smooth. Obviously tall.
Good guy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Great person.
Yeah. I mean, they made me switch. They made someone else guard him at the end of that game we played, and that's why he ended up going off. But
fair enough, fair enough.
but it's very tough to guard. He's first time I saw him, it was Sudanese tournament, and that was like the people's champ. It was years ago. It was while he was in college, and it was like it was like our KD.
Yeah.
It literally was like that, and he's just gotten better, and he changed the whole South Sudanese team with his energy, in my opinion. Yo, they call him Juba Airlines. That shit is fire, bro. Like,
Juba Airlines.
Juba Airlines.
Man,
shit
that
is
sounds like
fire.
an insult.
No, it was out of love. That's cool as, man. Was he busting your ass in practice?
Nah,
No,
be some.
no.
Nah,
J-
he'll
JJ.
bust my ass in training, but like there's sometimes I'd get like a sneaky one
Exactly.
against him. But yeah, man, that guy's unbelievable, man. Like during our season, man, he should have got MVP. Wait, did he get MVP? No, he didn't. No. Yeah, that guy just loved the area where we were, where he played. He was just like telling us he loved the energy. He's like, man, no one's ever like actually let me come join their association and just make me feel like family.
Man,
Yeah.
man, we could attest to that. There's a lot of it. Part of it is you guys. A big part of it is you guys.
Yeah.
Not. I'm just saying a big part of it is you guys, man. And I want to ask you both this: what's something you guys love about your dad that you maybe haven't been able to tell him
Oh,
before?
that's a good question.
Yeah. Take your time.
I don't know. Hey, to be honest, because like,
Do
I
you get to
usually-
tell him stuff? Do you tell him how much you appreciate him and stuff?
Yeah, I usually just thanks for everything he's done for me. Like, he's really brought us up to be vulnerable men. Like,
Can I ask on that then, which is pretty cool. That's probably the best answer you could give. So somehow, as a parent, as a scary human, you still feel completely comfortable having conversations, deeper, connected conversations, grateful conversations, loving conversations. How do you think he created that? Because I mean, that's the ideal in any family. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like dad's on, the boss and everyone else is scared. Although you respect him obviously for his ability to keep you in line, I guess, or guide you. Like the fact that you can, I don't know, have open, meaningful conversations when you need it for help and all those things. Like, can you remember how he did that? Because that'd be an amazing thing to be able to do in your own family, but tell people.
for me, it was the only person, like the only people I could trust, to be honest. Because like, dad, for me, like he was like the older brother, like the older brother plus father. Because I had my sister, but like my sister went to a different school. Then after that, she went to high school. So the only person I can like really rely on and that was close to me was like dad. So like that's why I got like that good like bond with mum and dad and like everyone else, because it's just like easy to talk to. But yeah,
And he was, I guess, open to that, like open to conversations and tried to teach you, being insightful and teaching them from your mistakes and successes and really being open about the whole thing.
yeah.
Tyrone?
How's it different for you or the same for you, like being third?
I think for me it was more like when we get in trouble for stuff. They'd always tell us that, like if you ever need anything, come talk to us. Like just being open to any conversation. I think just being grateful that he's present. Like we always hear stories like you were saying earlier, you don't have that father figure like ever or there, but just him being present, him
Yeah, but presence bigger than that, I think. You know what I mean? Like there's people whose dads are around, but he was like present, like, you know what I mean? Like I think presence, can you describe that? Because I think that's the key. Like like making time for you, like being, I don't know, like what was that like? Because that's different.
I think that's just what it is. Like for us, it's like normal for us. I think that's what we're grateful for. Like the fact that he's there, like for anything that we need, basketball games, anything at home.
Yeah.
Just got to be grateful for that.
Yeah.
How did you do that, Ben? Like, was it planned or was that just who you are?
It's just who I am. Just being raised up in New Zealand with a whole bunch of islanders that love you. That's just always. I'm the people person. I love being around other people that enjoy my energy. You enjoy my energy, I'll give you the same back.
Yeah.
So you're full of love. You're a loving person.
Yeah.
Like
I can
at
see
your
that.
core, you're like
I try to be. Only because what my parents brought me up.
Yep.
If you help someone else,
Are they loving?
yeah,
Your parents?
awesome parents. Don't expect anything, brought back to you or come back to you. Just if you're that type of person that is wanting to give, or willing to extend some knowledge or advice, don't expect it for it to come back to you.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah, you're not doing it for
Don't
any
worry about it.
no reward. It's just
Yeah.
you do it because you're.
and just I'm the only boy and I have 3 siblings. I'm the eldest, so I'm always, especially when it comes to
You protective, yeah.
yeah, and just attaching to people. And I never got that when I was growing up because my dad passed away when I was 17.
Yeah.
And so every time I come across people, I hold on to them as hard as I can. Because I never had that. And that's why when it comes to these guys, I try to teach them to be independent. Don't rely on anyone. And if you do, hold on to it as tight as you can. That's why it was hard for me moving over here by myself and didn't know anyone. I met I stayed here with my dad's younger brother. It was just hard. And so I got into mischief over here. So, but it was basketball that, for some reason, basketball would always just bring me back. And that's why, to this day, I tell these guys, I remind these guys, I don't want you guys to be like me, regret. That's why I'm still playing to this day. Because we would have trials in New Zealand, like, for rep and that, and I'll tell my mates, bro, they got rep trials, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, look at this cool guy. Oh, this guy doesn't want to hoop with us. Oh, nah, you go. I went, oh, and then I'll end up staying. I'll end up going to this park.
You're the friends.
Or this park here.
Yeah.
And then go play. And I always tell these guys, if your opportunity comes, run at it. Go. Don't listen to anybody else. And that's the reason why I can't let it go. Because I don't want these guys living that regretment that I'm going through. And my wife tells these guys all the time, I don't want you guys to be like your dad. Like, in a good way and also in a bad way. And that's why I'm still trying to keep up with yourself, you, and these guys. Like, I can't let it go. And that's my problem. I just can't let it go because of me growing up, not having enough knowledge on how to enter these rep teams or how to approach. And that's why when I grab onto something, I hold it on as long as I can. And that's why I'm still hooping.
It's admirable. I don't think it's a problem. You may see it as a problem or whatever.
Yeah.
People, like I saying, people are seeing that, and it's like.
But your kids see it.
Kids see it more. Kids are seeing it. Like they, it's
And so,
admirable, man.
And that's my downfall. That's my problem. Is because I listen to my mates like, oh nah, sweet ass, what a cool guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to hoop with us.
Yeah.
He wants to go and play in play rep basketball or state basketball. Doesn't want to come to the park and come hoop with us. Oh, yeah, what a cool. And then I end up doing okay, sweet ass, and I'll come with you.
You really loyal, yo.
Yeah.
Let me end on something. Let me end on this. This was the day I found out that you were really loyal. I don't know if you remember this at all.
You say loyal?
Huh?
Loyal.
Like super loyal. So this is years ago. Years ago. I've never mentioned this to you. I just kept it quiet. So we're playing, it might have been the Easter tournament. It was at Logan. It might have been the Easter BSBL. But we came in as, it was a team. It was like me, Renko, Jared, Kent, Simplice. All these guys. We went and played the tournament.
Yeah.
And I think we got to the semifinals. We were playing against you guys. I don't know what team your team was called or whatever. And I think I was high school at the time or just finished or something like that, around there. I'm like 17 or something. We're playing. It's a good game, and it was getting tense. And I fouled. I don't know if it's your cousin or little brother or something. You know, you guys are very close.
Uncle Sport.
And he's really passionate.
Yeah.
He's really passionate. So I fouled him. He was going right. I went to swipe at the ball, and it was like third quarter, and I fouled him. And takes like 2 steps and turns around, and the look he gave me, I knew, oh shit, you fucked up. And he turns around and he starts charging at me, but he's, the fuck, foul this, da-da-da.
Oh, Joe.
And but I'm moving back as you walking towards me, and I'm noticing shit. I'm like, oh shit, can someone come in the middle of this? All right, I lied. I didn't just move back. I ran all the way to the half court. And the people, the ref, and I think some of the players kind of were trying to get and trying to stop him, but he got so charged up, and you were just behind him. You just behind him, just there for him. You know what I mean? And, so, and I'm still moving back like, yo, I didn't mean it. No. He looked on the bench on the sideline. I don't know if you remember this. And all the Sudanese, all our older cousins were there, all our older brothers, all of them. It was like 30 of us. Just 2 of you guys. That's it. He looked. He's like, what? Man, I'll all of you up. I'll give anybody a hiding. What's up? Who wants to?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I'm looking at them like, what are you going to do? Man, I remember one older cousin, my oldest, OG, but the others as well, I know them. They looked at me. And you were there just backing them up, like just in case you were there with him too. They looked at you guys. And they looked at me and was like, hey man, yeah, you got that.
You shouldn't have fouled.
Yeah, you shouldn't have fouled him.
You shouldn't have fouled that
shouldn't
guy.
have hit him so hard. But everything ended up being cooled down. And I just remember you weren't saying too much. You were just there with him. Just whether he was wrong or right, no matter what, you were just there with him. And it ended up all being squashed and all this. But
I remember that.
Just
You guys won that game too.
We ended up winning that game.
Yeah.
Damn, you still remember?
We weren't going to talk about the outcome. That was just a compliment. I was just giving you a...
But I did not talk to him after the game outside. I was pissed off at him. I was pissed off. I'm going, bro, you did that. You made them. It's your fault we won. Oh, we lost. It's your fault.
But you didn't show that. I really admired that because you didn't show that you weren't with him at all. It wasn't nothing that you were like, hey, you're wrong. I like that hearing that you wouldn't have said that after, but like you were there with him just in case the whole time, anything. And the guys looked, it was like, nah. Hey, ref, you handled that.
Smart play.
Just man, like I was thinking to myself, I was like, fuck, bro, there's like heaps of them. And I was looking at him, and he was looking, we were staring, and he was going off.
Yeah, he was,
I was like,
ready
fuck,
there.
bro, nah, let's go.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn, let's go.
Let's
go. And that's just the way I am. I don't care. I'm just gonna. If I'm my 1 foot's in, I might as well just go. Yeah. I don't know. It's just I try to. But just be humble. Try and be humble at the same time.
Oh, if no one knows that story, they don't know that side at all. Never. Like,
But man, like like even yourself when you came to Logan, man, I always want people to, when they leave, I want them to go, man, that family.
Yeah.
Or, those guys, man, hopefully in the future we see them, we'll bump into them again because they were good to us.
Yeah.
And that's all I try to be, is try to be good to everybody else. Yeah. If they don't want it, then it's all good. I don't care. I'm not worried. But next time I see you, don't come to me with attitude because, bro, you better keep on going because I'm not that guy.
Man, I felt that. It felt like family straight away. Yeah. That's why I was like, that's why I really wanted. I'm so grateful you guys came.
That's why I love. That's why every time I see Kirron, I always give him a big hug. Yeah. And I even ask him too. I ask him for advice on life, or ask him about things about basketball, or if he can help me out with Kobe. Yeah. I tell these guys, leave Kobe. I got Kobe. Just leave Kobe alone. I got Kobe, and But then when I bump into Kirron, I try to talk to him or ask him about stuff about life, and and these are the guys that are cool with me, and I'm cool with you guys. Yeah,
I think for us, like I think that what we've always done, or what I've always done, is that family thing as well. You know what I mean? Like, so it's always been that love. It's always been that you're either with us or you're not. And if you're our people, then you're our people. And in previous podcasts we talked about it, like nothing's going to affect that. You know what I mean? You can argue, you can fight, you can disagree, but in my opinion, you'll always be my people. So and I did feel that straight away, and I think that all the time that I've been at Logan is always like that, and I never had that in basketball anywhere else where people were so welcoming, accepting, and just like, hey, you're one of us now. And I know my kids feel the same way. So it's always been a really, really cool thing because you don't get that chance very often in life to find somewhere where you just feel like you belong. And it doesn't matter how long you're there or not. Like, people just like, hey, welcome back. And yeah, I always felt that was a real privilege. So yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah, thank you guys so much, man. Any last words? Anything you want to leave the people with? Any advice to the younger you that was in New Zealand, or anything you want to leave the people? You've given a lot.
Like,
Already.
for these guys and for these guys there, just be yourselves. Like, first and foremost, just be yourselves. Don't worry about what anyone else says.
Yeah.
If you think you can accomplish something, try it. There's no harm trying. You don't know what's going to happen if it does succeed. Trust me, I have failed constantly, but I've never shied away from it. I'll always take that first step, and if I can do it, then I'm gonna do it. Yeah. But if I'm not gonna do it, I'll ask first. If I can accomplish it, if I can, if I get the right answers, then I'm gonna go for it. But yeah, other than that, just be yourself, and most importantly, man, love one another, love each other. Yeah. And I think that's what's got me here. Just having the love of everyone else, loving me, and that's what's got me, loving everybody else. It's not my fault that if you don't love me, then I don't care, I don't give a damn. Yeah.
Thank you so much, man.
No,
appreciate
thank you.
Thanks for bringing the
having
voice,
us.
man. JJ, I appreciate you coming. Tyrone, appreciate you coming, man.
Thank you, bro.
God bless. Surges Podcast, Kirron. Thank you again, as always. Everyone, thank you again. Surges Podcast, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Apple, Spotify, Patreon. God bless. Cheers.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man.
Just